It's really wonderful to be here tonight. I was struck by the first time that I was here, the unbelievable support for the Miller family and for Tara, and it is still so palpable what this community does for a cause, and I want to congratulate all of you on your tremendous commitment to Tara and to Tara's legacy. When I came in tonight, this room, has been filled with laughter and joy and just an unbelievable spirit. So it is, you've experienced completely opposite emotions tonight. You walked in, it's really joyous and you're laughing, which is exactly what Tara wanted. She wanted this to be an unbelievable celebration. She wanted this to be a wonderful event of bringing people together. And she just, her spirit is so captured in this room. But now the other part of this emotion, which we're going to celebrate the achievement of what the research dollars have brought, but this is also still so difficult. And we're all feeling that right now. I just want to say the hole in the Miller's heart and all of our heart is still really open and raw. And I think we all thought that maybe 3 years later, maybe it would be even a little bit easier now. But I can tell you it's not. And we still feel this every day, her loss and how sad this has been. So this does take so much courage to put this on. But I think that for Debbie and George and Lauren and Chrissy, your being here and your support just means so much. And we are here for you. I just want to say again how the Miller family has inspired all of us. And I think we all hope that when we're faced with similar difficult life experience, that our family and our community would come together. So if we could just first applause to the Miller family, and we're so... And I also, and I'm not trying to bring the mood down, but I just want to say that in this room tonight is also, there are families who've had their loved ones die from melanoma, and there are melanoma survivors in this room as well, and there are those that are really worried about getting cancer or have other relatives that are faced with cancer. So they also come into this room also with a lot of fear because they do feel that they've beat the odds and are very grateful for all the innovations in the treatment. I think this room just embraces what life is, and actually a lot about Tara's spirit, which is that whatever our circumstances, we really do make the best of it, and we always look for the silver lining, and we fight very hard for one another. Not everybody in this room knew Tara, and if I could make just a few comments about her. Her history is that she had a very insignificant, funny mole on her scalp that wasn't actually even read as melanoma when she first presented. And she went about her business, and her business, is a lot, and then developed a lump on her neck, and that led to the diagnosis of melanoma and the recurrence. And I've been treating patients with melanoma for more than 25 years, and my experience with Tara was extraordinary, and Chris alluded to that, and many of you know of our very close relationship. She, first of all, endured so much. She went through a lot of treatment, and we are going to talk about all the amazing breakthroughs, but she actually received the breakthrough treatments. And every 6 months or so, another new therapy came available, and she got on those new treatments, and for a brief period of time, these therapies worked. But what came through every aspect of her fight, and as she thought about these new treatments, was her resilience, was her courage, was her humor, was her humanity, and was her deep sense of helping others. And I remember we were in the infusion area. We were planning this first event. She was a little bit, right, I guess what George is saying, I'm not sure what the expectations were going to be and if this was going to be successful. And she really thought it was no big deal to be in the infusion chair, getting unbelievably complicated therapy, having just had brain surgery, and it was like every patient put on a 300 people event and raised, at this point, almost $1 million. And she thought, well, this is what you do. And so she was humble and courageous, and we all feel this huge commitment to her legacy. And so I am here, and I will be here every year, and all of us will be here to make sure that Tara's legacy continues. So I just want you all to know that. It's a lot of money to raise almost $1 million. And you all have heard about a number of the advances in the treatment of cancer and melanoma specifically. You've heard about Joe Biden's moonshot. You've heard about some of the new immunotherapies. We were fortunate enough to have Joe Biden come to our cancer center. But your investment, this community's investment in key projects, and I'm going to invite up two of the recipients of your dollars in a moment. But you know, we talked about you would invest in a project, we would get new ideas, we would then apply for new grants, we would get additional dollars, and it would continue to expand and expand. So your investment has funded really critical research that funded two really talented women investigators. Just happened that they happen to have the best proposals, and I'm going to have them come up. But they have gone on to get dollars from the National Cancer Institute in hundreds of thousands of dollars, and we received a $millions grant because of your seed money. Recently, Ashi and I and women scientists from across the world, 3 other scientists, were able to put in a grant from the Melanoma Research Alliance, but again, it was your funding dollars that led to another $1 million award from L'Oreal. So the impact of your dollars has just been incredible. And your generosity is known beyond this community. So the foundation is getting a very national recognition. So the Millers are very involved in this foundation with the Melanoma Research Alliance, which is funding other grants. So of course, we're very grateful at the Abramson Cancer Center for your tremendous support and how we've been able at the Abramson Cancer Center to invest these dollars and grow. But know that your impact is also beyond our community, and that understanding the generosity of this community is going nationally. So it's really phenomenal about what you all have done. And I cannot thank you enough, and how impactful it has been. I also want to say that Troy Aikman, a Dallas Cowboy, recently visited us at the melanoma symposium we have at the Abramson Cancer Center. We talked about the Dallas Eagles rivalry, and Troy was very direct about the Eagles fans and how he sort of can tolerate that. But I now, since Eagles are here, we want the Eagles to participate in our events going forward. And Tara was actually a recipient of one of our Courage Awards just 2 years ago. So we invite all the football fans to participate in our events in the future. A little competition here with the Cowboys. So if I could, because I know I'm not supposed to talk this much, but if I could invite Thara Gandhar and Ashi Vernarista, sorry, I always say her name wrong. These are 2 amazing scientists. Thara is a medical oncologist at the Abramson Cancer Center, and her work on new immunotherapies has been impacted by your work. And Ashi is a scientist at the Wistar Institute, and her work is looking at novel targets to find new ways to treat melanoma. And I mentioned them last year, and they're here this year. If you guys want to say.
Thank you so much. As Lynn mentioned, I'm from the Wistar Institute, which is independent of Penn, and it sits in the backyard of Penn, and it's led to this beautiful collaboration between the top-notch clinical research that Penn does and the basic science research that we do. And what you might not understand is that the funds that you raise here bridge a critical gap in federal funding that we're all facing now. And in addition to that, you're fostering this amazing collaboration that has led to so many developments. So thank you all from the bottom of my heart.
Thanks, and all I can really add is just to say thank you so sincerely for your generosity to the Millers and to all of the community of the Millers that are here. Your generosity and support of melanoma research is what makes a cure believable to me and makes it within reach and inspires us to do what we do every day. Thank you.
So in closing, we are beginning to use the word cure for patients with advanced melanoma. I wasn't sure I would ever be able to say that, but with all the advances that we're seeing in new immunotherapies and targeted therapies, I think it's becoming a reality. There are patients here tonight who are in remission from melanoma, which is extraordinary. So please continue your efforts here. As Thara said, this is really inspirational for us to see this kind of outpouring, and we're grateful to this community to fund research at the Abramson Cancer Center and around the world to fight melanoma. Tara was very clear. We had big work to do, and as George said, she never wanted anyone to walk the shoes that she had to walk through with all of the difficulties with melanoma. So we are here tonight to let's raise another toast to Tara. She's always in our heart. We are in our dreams, and we're going to continue to fight. To Tara.